This video was sponsored by Enhance, NeoWatt, ABRP, Elbilmek, Kempower and EVHub. Yo, what's up? We are now at St1 Rommen, a little bit outside of Oslo. And I heard about this from one of my fans, that there are now 480 kilowatt chargers here. 480 kilowatt. So yeah, I haven't ever seen this before. This is freaking tall. And I have the Xpeng G9 here. And the G9, this is the one from 2015 with a 93 kilowatt hour battery, LFP, and it can peak at 525 kilowatts. So this should be wonderful, these chargers for this car, right? Well, I'm not sure, but let me show you. At least they picked the right plugs. Finish contact, yes, you guys have seen it. And then it says here DC 480 kilowatt. Let me check the dispenser, how it is. Wait, how are we supposed to take this? Is it out like this? Okay, so how to say, the cable feels thick and black. Yeah, that's good. Okay, put it back here. So, big screen. You can have, does it have tie? Okay, it doesn't. Okay, whatever. But what about here, prices? Okay, 5.5 krone per kilowatt hour, and then okay, no, yeah, but yeah. So you have the card payment here, and the meters here. I guess as as required by the EU. But what you want to see is this, the info plate. It's called EVBox. So never seen this before. But here's the thing. Can I get 480 kilowatt on this X9? No, sorry, G9. Well, most likely not, because at least here, what it claims is that we have the 500 amp boost and 375 amp continuous is dry cable, most likely. And then, well, it goes all the way to 980 volts, almost the same as Tesla supercharger that goes to 1000 volt. And that means 480 kilowatt. So on the Xpeng, I can show you soon, but you see here, in the Xpeng, well, we can see the live data. Here we have the same charger. We don't have to look at that. The problem with many so-called 800 volt cars, Kia EV9 anyone, is that here, wait, I have the massage rubbing me. Okay, let me turn it off now. It makes a little bit of noise. We have only 706 volt. This is the resting voltage, LFP, so the voltage doesn't change too much. But the charging voltage is usually higher. Let's say 720 volts. And then that means that if this dispenser or these chargers here, the EVBox, if they are limited to only 500 amp, then we get only 360 kilowatt. I've been getting actually 400 kilowatt, capped at 400 kilowatt on the Alpitronic, which has the same finish contact, but then they boost to 600 amp, and then this car, well, at least takes around 550 amp to cap at the charger's power unit. So yeah, only 350 kilowatt here supposedly, because I thought, I came over here just to check out, maybe I get better speed here than I get on Alpitronic. Well, I don't know, I can check, I guess. Once this car is low, it's at around 80%. Once it's low, I could check it out, and maybe the boost is higher than 500. Yeah, who knows? Maybe the over 500 amp is just undocumented, or just at least they don't guarantee it, right? But what is good is that we have the stuff on the roof here. So this is what you guys have been seeing more and more. Yeah, it seems like this used to be a fossil pump. You see how freaking nasty it looks around the fossil pumps, man. So the St1 has been removing them because they get less and less customers. Because in Norway, new car sales is 98% or 97% EV. So more and more EVs out there. I guess there's also some kind of sharing here if two plugs, I mean, if you double penetrate the charger. But here's one more. This only has one plug, so, wait, okay. I can see now they have marked up here on the ground. So this seems to be maybe also for trucks, even though it doesn't say this is for truck only. In Circle K in Sweden, some sites like Snappa, they have blocked it so that the regular cars cannot charge on the truck chargers. But for now, most other locations, yeah, there's no cable there. It's kind of weird that it lights up red. Maybe they should just turn off the light. Yeah, since the cable is not connected, it just looks kind of weird, like something is kaput. But okay, whatever. That's just me nitpicking. Yeah, but okay. So of course, if we want the maximum speed, let me just check here. Is this different? Oh, this is only 400 kilowatt. For some reason. Let me check on the info plate here. Does it say anything different here? Interesting. This doesn't say the boost. It just says 500 amp. And then 900, okay. So maybe here we could get 600 amp boost, but then the power unit here is only 400 kilowatt, right? So that means that you might only be getting, I mean, this is the same as using the Alpitronics that you find on Circle K and Ioniq anyway. But I'm gonna check, since I'm already here, this is also 400. Oh, okay. So it means that these are also the not so powerful power stacks. Yeah, okay. So this also has the same 500 amp, possibly 600 amp boost then. What about the last? I thought that they were exactly the same, but it seems like it's different. So, yeah. First I thought, oh great. We will now get faster charging, faster chargers, so that the X9, oh, sorry, the D9 can get the maximum speed. Well, same here. Okay, this is also 400, and this is double checking. Yeah, the same stuff here. Okay, EVBox Tronic high power. So it means that only these two are the 480 kilowatt. Yeah. So, well, this is the problem, I guess, with today's EVs that can actually charge that fast. Because after I test this car done next Tuesday, I will pick up a Seeker 7 GT, but the Seeker charges at only 415 or 20 kilowatt, right? So it won't be able to max out on the 480 here. And also the Seeker doesn't have that high voltage. And when I mentioned EV9 is so-called 800 volt architecture, but the battery operates at only 550 volts. Can you even call that thing 800 volts? So which means that if you come here with an EV9, well, at least it gets 500 amps, so it maxes out on the max speed here. But it's I guess you need a Lucid then, because Lucid will actually operate at 800 to 900 volts, is something like that. So then you could get something closer, but I mean, is this the car manufacturer's fault, or is this the hardware manufacturer's fault? I mean, the charger fault, because it is somewhat misleading. How the heck do you achieve 480 kilowatt right here, or many other places? Also, even the Alpitronics, or some of them. You basically need an LFP battery, because the voltage doesn't change too much. And then the pack voltage needs to be almost 1,000. But the problem is that some chargers, they go to up to 920 volts. So then 980 will be too high. So then maybe it's safer to get like, I don't know, max 900 volt-ish, right, on LFP. But what if and the problem with LFP is that it's not that energy dense. So then you want to go for NMC or some of the other one with cobalt. And then the voltage is the wireless span is big, so then you have to go from, let's say, 800 to 900 volts. That could work, yeah, then you get faster charging. But what actually matters is MAGA, yes, make Ampere great again. You need more amps, unfortunately, for now. So this car probably needs around 700 amp to max out on the claim 525 kilowatt. Yeah, but then with fatter, I mean, that's the problem, because with higher current, this doesn't have any cover. So when the sun shines in here, the plugs, they might hit already 50 degrees Celsius just sitting here idling. In Thailand, in sun like open like this, they will hit over 70 degrees Celsius. Yeah, because the cables are black here. Maybe we need to paint the cables white or need some kind of canopy to block for it. But yeah, well, the problem is that if you go for liquid cooled cables, it becomes more expensive to install, and it also requires maintenance. I talked to some of the hardware manufacturers about this. I wonder if it's Kempower, or I don't remember who. No, it was my Swedish friend, yes, who works in a CPO business. And yes, liquid cooled cables are just more expensive. Who's going to pay? The user. So then what they have been doing lately is that more and more CPOs or hardware manufacturers just go for dry cable, and it should be good enough as long as you get the Phoenix contact. If you get Amphenol, you can boost only 3-4 minutes until it throttles. So then, but then seems like maybe 600 amp boost is okay, but if you go 700 amp boost, then you need thicker cables, more expensive, more attractive for thieves. You could just snip and then steal the copper, right? Actually, lately I've been seeing some posts about thieves, they steal power units. So we can check here. This is 480 kilowatt. Oh yeah, yum, yum, yum. Shouldn't be that hard to break this open and then steal the power units. What about video surveillance around here? Okay, there's one camera there, but it seems to be pointed towards the entrance of the car wash. No video surveillance here. Very quiet here. Oh, okay, there's there. Okay, we have video, but that camera is pointed in that direction. So which means that these most valuable chargers, they don't have any, they are not covered by any video. So there you can just, I'm just tipping here, not giving any ideas. The thieves, they can come over here, steal the power unit, steal the cable, one, maybe 100,000 euro worth, or maybe 200,000 euro worth of equipment, and then off they go to Eastern Europe with it. Okay, whatever. I think I'm done now. But yeah, so at least I checked it out. You guys can check it out also. Maybe if you live in Oslo, you can check out these chargers. You're probably not going to get more speed than the Alpitronics anyway. But yeah, that's going to be for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching, and talk to you later. And this G9 kicks ass for the Lord. Awesome car. Really underrated car. People don't know how awesome it is. Okay, bye-bye.